Hi everyone and welcome to part 5 of the Devil May Cry playthrough. We're just entering the ghost ship, which unfortunately means we have one of the most annoying segments of a game.
What?
First person underwater.
First person underwater?
Yes.
And you can't use double trigger.
No. And you only have one weapon, the needle gun, which you don't even have on you yet. You have to find it, but we're getting it very soon. Basically, the underwater controls is that you have to manipulate the camera with the left analog stick and press X to constantly dash forward or swim forward, essentially. Oh. And if you press triangle while tilting the stick in a direction, you'll snap in that direction quickly. But it's really clunky.
And is this the only time they've ever done something like this?
No, Devil May Cry 2 would have Lucia in her campaign would have a mission with underwater elements in it. That wasn't first person, but it was just as awful, if not worse, than this.
Oh, I can already tell it looks to be
this is really awkward. But we're getting something special as soon as we go in here. Angle to the right here and then investigate this chest for an untouchable.
Nice.
Again, those give you infinite devil trigger temporarily and you take no damage.
And what the hell is that?
That's a blade. Remember those things we fought earlier?
Oh yeah, I thought it was something different there.
Yeah, they're underwater as well. And if you're going for the... Well, that was pretty fast.
What were you saying?
Yeah. If you're going for the 100% and you're trying to complete the enemy files on it actually in the notes, you actually have to die twice to these things.
Why?
Once on... Because one of the entries on the notebook will not unlock until you get hit by a specific attack at critical health, which causes a kind of Resident Evil style death scene. Same underwater, where your health has to be critical and they kill you with a spin attack.
So this needle gun, you can only use it underwater, you can't use it on land?
No, only in water. And you have to hold R1 and press square to use it, just like the other firearms.
So how does this function? Is it like a Gatling gun?
It shoots out bursts of needles essentially, and the needles do quite a bit of damage, but it's the sort of weapon you're going to get pretty sick of using.
Infinite ammo?
Yeah.
Good.
It's Devil May Cry.
No, can you imagine if they add a difficulty, or at least a game where they don't use infinite ammo for your weapons?
Then we'd be stuck.
So why are we on a pirate ship?
Because the only way it progresses is to use it. And I'm going for another blue or fragment.
This is Mundus' ship, isn't it?
No, this is just an abandoned ship that's been here. But there's some important plot MacGuffin stuff inside the ship that we need to get.
You're trying to go for red orbs, aren't you?
No, there's a blue orb fragment here. A stinger off that part.
Okay. How are you supposed to know that?
Yeah. There's a few things you'll miss in this game if you don't have a guide standing by or whatever. But if you've played it as much as I have, you know where most of it is. And again, yeah.
What happened there?
I don't know actually. Like Dante does that whenever the game senses that you're not quite landed on a platform properly.
I'm the ship that carries the wandering soul of the brink of the underworld.
Take the ship and you'll be given the fire of Saint Elmo.
Boss rush?
No, just one enemy. Remember that arsehole earlier with the scythe sending you flying into the air? You have to fight one now. Ow. And this one is mandatory.
I bet you in the concept designs of the developments, they went for the design of this guy, they looked at the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's really annoying because he can send you flying up into the air with those little vacuums he puts on the ground. And the scythe will hit you if it comes crashing down on you, so watch for that.
At least the orbs fall down all the way to the bottom of the ground.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they stayed up in the air and you have to climb up again?
Or like fucking Kingdom Hearts 1, where the enemies that fly around the ship can actually drop the stuff into the water. Yeah, lovely design.
So where's Captain Jack Sparrow? Because we're taking his ship.
Yar har diddly dee, a pirate's life for me.
Oh, a pirate's life is a wonderful life.
Yeah, you get boarded, attacked. Yeah, sounds lovely. Speaking of getting attacked, we aren't quite done here.
Don't tell me the swords attack you.
No. That'd be funny though. No, not until Virgil with his summoned swords.
Oh, this guy again?
Yep, we have to fight Griffon again. And he has a really annoying new gimmick here where he'll send out some sort of, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's an object that causes you to inadvertently jump high into the sky and it locks onto you and tries to charge into you. And it fucks up your auto-targeting to target it as well, so... Yeah, when the battle starts, you want to try and... Yeah, that right there, that locks onto you and charges into you. And it fucks up your auto-targeting.
Wow. How long for, like, a couple of seconds, or is it, man?
Until it's destroyed. You can destroy it by firing at it with firearms.
Ah.
I'm not sure if you can destroy it with the melee weapons, though.
Is that what's that red lightning that's attacking you?
Yeah. He also, yeah, he'll use both that annoying thing that fucks up your targeting and fire the lightning at you.
Can you fall off the ship?
No. And if you're wondering, when you defeat them, the red orbs are not missable. They're dropped in the middle of the ship, so you'll want to head there.
This one seems pretty easy looking at it. You're just spamming
Oh, not
bullets.
on hard or Dante Must Die mode, I'm going to tell you that right now. Because hard and Dante Must Die mode, you take twice as much damage. On Dante Must Die mode, actually, enemies have less health. Which kind of sounds odd, but that's only because if you don't kill them quick enough and they activate Devil Trigger, they get such a massive defense boost. It's ridiculous.
Well, I don't know why you've got. I don't know why you're bitching about this level where it's underwater controls, considering you got an S rank.
Yeah. Oh, the next mission's even funnier. Actually, it's possible to beat in less than a minute if you're fast enough. But because I'm going for a secret mission after it,
it counts.
It's either before or after this mission, but there is another secret mission, and unfortunately, more underwater.
Is this the captain's room?
Yep. Plot MacGuffin, Staff of Hermes.
You know you've encountered something when the cutscene immediately follows after you picking up a keyed item.
Or in, like, a PS1 game, like the older Resident Evils, or that when the system would read and you would hear the disc spinning.
Oh, lovely. The whole place is flooding.
Don't we have anyone to clean this up?
So, first person underwater again.
Yep.
How's the ship sinking? Did he just hit a rock?
I don't know, actually. I think that might have been what happened. Or maybe a wall. Because the ship doesn't... it was supposed to take us a certain point, but it probably crashed somehow. We've got 2 blades here. You have to kill these blades in order to leave the room. Because both of the exits are blocked off until you do.
And the needle gun's your only means of weaponry.
Yep, your only way of attacking underwater. Exhilarating.
Are they... Why was that blades doing or doing nothing?
Yeah,
Are they limited too?
I don't know. Like, sometimes they'll run at you like that. Now, don't go for the rest of those because it would send me outside, because the game's waiting for me to hit a certain point on the door. Yeah, it does. You don't get to choose whether or not you go at the door if you go out that area.
I see a blue orb.
Yep, that's what I went back for, the blue orb fragment. After this, we're gonna have a secret mission. Just avoid these guys because they're in the way at this point. Like Resident Evil, this game also has some of those moments where you're better off just running away from an enemy. Some fights you cannot skip though.
Well, you mean classic Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that for modern Resident Evil, Michael Bay Resident Evil. Wow, that just a minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, the only reason it went up to that time is because I went back for the blue orb fragment. If I'd been focusing only on the 2 blades, I would have done it in less than a minute. Now, in order to get the next secret mission, you have to go all the way back to the area where we got the Staff of Hermes. Which means more underwater.
Is there a drowning meter? Can
No.
you drown underwater?
No, Dante can apparently breathe infinite air.
Okay. I guess because he's a demon. Well, half demon
Oh,
anyway.
he's been taking lessons from Mario. Then again, Mario can only breathe for the amount of time he has left in the level before.
Well, it depends. If it's a 2D game, he can breathe underwater, but if it's a 3D, he'll drown.
Now here's me forgetting that the only way back in there is there.
Through the vents.
Yeah.
There's the captain.
Examine the captain, and you'll get the next secret mission, Water Cell. You have to kill 8 blades, and the locale is kind of frightening, actually.
Why is that?
It's kind of ominous. Look at this. There's nothing but all these pillars here and nothing else except these blades. Ow.
Also, is that the way it's meant to look? That
Yeah.
are they needles actually?
They're firing their claws, actually.
Because that looked like misused graphics at the time there.
Yeah. As you can see, the blood is really, really pixelated.
Yeah.
Look, it looks even more pixelated.
Yeah, you
when
can see
in
the
the
little
game.
squares.
Yeah. Because this was an early PS2 game. And it's even more pixely in the PS4 version, which is the version we're playing.
Oh, imagine if you were playing this on Halloween and out of nowhere you turn to the left or right, then all of a sudden a shark comes up and kills you.
No, not quite. You want Resident Evil Remake if you want your sharks.
I was talking more about Jaws, but okay.
Well, both work, because they both have sharks.
Or Deep Blue Sea. Have you ever seen Deep Blue Sea?
No. I know that's the one with Savvy Jackson.
Aye, that's the one where this doctor was trying to cure some cancer disease for human by taking shark shells to reprogram brains, like to restart them.
Alright.
But the downside is when she takes the tissues she needs from the sharks, she makes the sharks more intelligent.
Of course, there's always a catch. Kill all the blades and you'll get your next blue orb fragment. And the next blue orb.
Is there a total... How many total blue orbs are there?
42 or 44, one of those. But we'll get them all in this playthrough, because I get everything there is to get. The only things I don't get are every item in the game that's lying around. I get what I see or what I know is in the area, but outside of that I don't get anything that I don't need.
Now, since you're playing this off the HD collection, does each game get their own achievements and trophies?
All 3 games have their separate trophy list, and it's literally the only reason you want to play Devil May Cry 2. Because that game is terrible. Like, seriously, it's such a downgrade compared to this game. What's really sad about it is that you see here they had a working formula with it, and then Devil May Cry 2 is so much more bland in comparison. Jump down there for your next blue fragment, as if the blue glow wasn't obvious enough. But if you're not paying attention there, you can just run off to the left part side of this path here, and you will miss it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just checking my items there. Or maybe I'm like trying to make sure I have everything I'm looking for.
Again with these bloody puppets.
Yep, they're everywhere. Check this chest for a holy water. So there is buried treasure. Not quite what we were looking for.
Dark's going full religion here. I never understood that. What has demonology got to do with religion?
I'm not sure, actually. It's not the sort of thing I really look up all that much. Now, deep darkness and towering mountains. Yeah, we're going
back to the castle.
Yep. Not quite, though. We have one more thing to do in this mission before we can do that. But I believe this is where I had to backtrack in order to get another secret mission.
And what was that? You just bought a round trip?
Yeah, that's... If you hold the triangle button for a certain amount of time, then let go, Dante will throw the sword and it'll start spinning at the enemy.
Please tell me that if you stepped on those, that would have been an insta-kill trap.
No, we're about to see a spike trap that does deal damage if it hits you.
Well, I'm saying if this was Resident Evil, that would probably be insta-kill.
Yeah, like Resident Evil 6.
Or RE5 in the village.
Yeah. Yeah, you dropping me into the spike pit.
Can we not go through this, please? Just take a loss like a man should.
You murdered me in cold blood.
Is it me or is that ribcage blue?
I actually missed that. Let's see if it pops up again.
How could you miss that?
Well, I'm just dwelling on your murdering. Now, if you touch any of these, it'll deal a good amount of damage. Especially on hardened Dante Must Die.
Do these spikes pop up at random, or is it a set pattern?
It's a set pattern, but they come out really quickly, though. And you can't jump over them. Their hitbox goes all the way up.
Can you not even use Devil Trigger and fly across them?
No, because the spikes go high enough to hit you while you're flying.
That's 2 hits now.
That's so much worse on the higher difficulties because you take so much more damage, and it's really easy to get hit by them if you don't know what you're doing.
So where are we now?
Double jump up here for another blue fragment. Another one that's really easy to miss.
Because the camera doesn't show you it.
There's a god statue there if you need to use it.
What does the god statue do?
That's your shot. Same as at the start of missions.
Right, okay.
Now check the waterfall for a holy water. Because there's always something behind the waterfall.
Remind me, what does the holy water do again?
Screen nuke. It does insane amounts of damage to enemies on screen.
Right, okay.
It's significantly nerfed on hard and Dante Must Die.
Well, obviously, because it's got to be the most difficult mode.
Dante Must Die is, no joke in this game.
Oh, it's the shadows again.
Yep. Let's see if they'll Kaizo me and hit me in another cutscene. Because that was the first time I ever got hit by them in a cutscene or anything. I never even knew that was possible until I did this playthrough.
But it's kind of funny in a way.
Yeah, and that little laser getting deflected back at me, that's what happens if you try and hit them with a melee attack. because it'll just damage you if it touches you after it's deflected back to you.
Okay. Now you've just lost your second health. Is there a way to get that back, or is that
The
it?
green
gone?
orbs. Or use a Vital Star. Vital Star restores a large amount of health.
So it doesn't do, because usually when I'm used to seeing games where they have double health bars, where the graphic itself will there you go, the graphic itself will still be there, but it'll be empty.
Yeah.
But after I saw it disappear, I thought that's it, it's gone.
No. Once you get your green orbs back, it goes back to the second health bar.
Right. Okay.
But again, the only way to increase the chance of a green orb dropping is to get a high style count, and of course I get stun locked there.
Well, because you're confined in a small area.
And you can't fall off these ledges unless you jump off, so you're stuck in a corner. You're effectively trapped in a corner there, despite there being no corner. But again, the shadows are at their worst when you have to fight multiple of them.
So what you can the best is to handle with either one or two.
Yeah, they're easily handled when it's just one, but when there's more than one on screen, that's when things start getting really difficult. As we solved that secret mission near the start of the game.
Oh, can you imagine if they did a game where they put 10 of those creatures at once?
No, this is maybe the legendary Dark Knight mode in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, which is kind of like No Mercy from Resident Evil 5 and 6, where there's many more enemies on screen at once. When you're playing that mode as Virgil in that game, you can just destroy everything, and it's so awesome.
So would you say Virgil's much more powerful than Dante? Or
Raw
versatile?
power, I would say in terms of raw power output, yeah. Because that's more Virgil's thing. He's just about overall more damage output. And you cannot miss your attacks either, because he has a concentration gauge that will... If you miss attacks or get hit by enemies, the concentration gauge Virgil has will go down, and you won't deal as much damage. But if you fight effectively, don't miss attacks, and don't take damage, you'll do more damage, essentially.
Now, see when you get to these red orb doors, obviously it's telling you need the required amount. See if you go up to the door and then you run out of it. You don't have it. Do you need to go exit a room in order to get enemies to spawn back in?
Yeah. Which isn't a problem, because you can just do it really quickly, but again, it's the sort of thing that does get really annoying after a while.
And I saw something glowing up there. What was that?
That's a knight. I'll be getting that shortly. I'm just grabbing a few more orbs here. Because I'm on stylish ranking, they'll drop quite a lot of orbs actually.
Ah, so the higher you rank, the more orbs they'll drop.
Yeah, and a higher chance of green orb dropping as well. Come on, over here. Let me smash you in the head. I'm surprised I'm not using that for here actually, because
Well, now you got the item.
yeah, Devil Star. Restores 5 Devil Trigger gauges. But I don't need it, because I'm awesome. Oh, maybe not.
Look out, we got a badass here.
The fire on that hitbox is really wonky. It's really easy to get hit by it, even when you try and jump over it. Another attack the fetishes have is that they'll throw those spinning blade things with a fire towards you, and they'll retreat, and they'll come back to the fetish in an upward angle, so if you try and jump over it, you're going to get hit by it, so dodge to the side if they try and throw it at you.
Now, what was stopping that hand grabber from just grabbing Dante and then ending his life right there?
Well, maybe the red orbs are killing it.
Unsealed it. Could you not just been... You have unlocked it.
Or break it down, since we are a devil.
And that was a B rank.
Yep. Again, the ranking system in this is pretty strict. 13 saves. And with that, we will see you in the next part, folks.